So, let's take a journey through time, tracing the origins and historical development of the guitar. Now you might think, a guitar is a guitar, right?
But, oh, there's so much more to it.
To truly appreciate the guitar as we know it today, we need to travel back, way back, almost 4,000 years, to ancient Egypt. Yes, you heard that right. The earliest forms of this instrument were nothing like the sleek, polished version we see today. They were essentially a wooden board with strings made from animal gut. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and the guitar starts taking a shape that's a bit more familiar. These early guitars, known as guitars, were small, usually four-stringed, and played with a plectrum, or pip. They were popular in both courtly and folk music. Then in the Renaissance period, the guitar truly began to evolve. It was during this time that the vihuela, an ancestor of the modern guitar, came into existence. The vihuela had more strings, typically 6, and a larger body, offering a fuller sound. Moving into the Baroque period, we see the birth of the 5-course guitar. This was a pivotal moment, as this model was a direct predecessor to the modern 6-string guitar. The Romantic period, a time of great change and innovation. This is when Antonio de Torres, an influential Spanish guitar maker, revolutionized guitar design by introducing the fan bracing system, a design principle we still see in classical guitars today. Then, as we roll into the 20th century, the guitar took a leap forward. Orville Gibson, founder of the Gibson Guitar Corporation, began mass-producing archtop guitars, making them more accessible to the public. And let's not forget Les Paul, who pioneered the solid-body electric guitar, a truly game-changing invention. Finally, we arrive at the present day, where the guitar, acoustic or electric, is an undeniably integral part of music across the globe. From its humble beginnings to its current status, as a cultural icon, the guitar's journey is truly a testament to its enduring appeal. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the guitar's rich and vibrant history. Isn't it fascinating to see how far this instrument has come? But this is just the beginning. We have much more to delve into, so stay tuned. All right. Now that we've explored the origins and historical development of the guitar, let's dive into the impact this incredible instrument has had on various music genres. It's hard to imagine, but there was indeed a time when music was devoid of the sweet, soulful, and sometimes electrifying sound of the guitar. Can you imagine a world without it? Let's start with rock music, a genre that, quite frankly, owes its very existence to the guitar. The amplified, distorted sound of the electric guitar became the backbone of rock and roll in the 1950s and 60s. Think of legendary rock bands like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and Led Zeppelin. The guitar was not just an instrument to them. It was their voice, their identity. Now, let's shift gears and move to the blues. The guitar and the blues, they're like two sides of the same coin. Whether it's the mournful, slow-burning sound of the acoustic Delta blues, or the fiery, electrifying style of Chicago blues, the guitar is pivotal. It articulates the raw emotion of the blues like no other instrument can. Then there's jazz. Jazz, a genre that truly pushes the boundaries of the guitar. Jazz guitarists use the instrument to explore complex harmonies, intricate melodies, and improvisation. From the rhythmic comping of Freddie Green to the innovative chord melodies of Joe Pass, The guitar plays an integral role in shaping the sound and character of jazz. And who can forget country music, where the guitar serves as the heart and soul? The twang of a country guitar, whether it's an acoustic strumming out rhythms or a Telecaster bending notes, it's the sound that drives the songs of heartbreak, love, and life in the American South. Finally, let's talk about classical music. The classical guitar, with its nylon strings and wide fretboard, may seem worlds away from its electric counterparts in rock or blues. But it's in classical music, with its intricate finger-picking techniques and complex compositions, that the guitar truly showcases its versatility and depth. So you see the guitar? It's not just an instrument. It's a chameleon, adapting and evolving, shaping, and being shaped by the music it's part of. Its impact on these genres is undeniable, and its influence continues to grow. Now, isn't that something worth strumming to? So, we've traced the history of the guitar, and we've seen how it has made its mark on various music genres. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the techniques and mechanics of playing the guitar. And trust me, there's a lot more to it than just strumming some strings. Let's start with strumming, the most basic and common guitar technique. Strumming involves brushing your pick or fingers across the strings to produce sound. Simple. But there's a world of difference between random strumming and rhythmic strumming. The rhythm and pattern of your strumming can transform a mundane tune into something truly special. If you've ever watched a guitarist in action, you'll notice that they don't just strum down, they strum up too. This up-down motion, known as alternate strumming, is the bedrock of most strumming patterns. Then, there's palm muting, where you use the side of your palm to dampen the strings while strumming, creating a percussive, muffled sound. Now, let's move on to fingerpicking, a technique that offers a whole new level of complexity and versatility. Instead of strumming all the strings, fingerpicking involves plucking individual strings with your fingers. This allows you to play multiple parts simultaneously, like a melody line on the high strings and a bass line on the low strings. There are many fingerpicking styles, but let's talk about two of the most common ones. First, there's the traditional classical style, where your thumb plays the bass strings and your index, middle, and ring fingers play the top strings. Then, there's Travis picking, a style named after country guitarist Merle Travis. This is a syncopated style where your thumb alternates between two bass strings and your fingers fill in with melody notes on the offbeats. So there you have it. A quick overview of strumming and fingerpicking techniques. But remember, the magic of playing the guitar doesn't lie in mastering a bunch of techniques. It's about how you use these techniques to express your musical ideas and emotions. So, pick up that guitar and start exploring. Who knows what you might discover? Now that we've talked about the guitar's history, its impact on music, and the techniques of playing it, let's shift our focus to the people who've truly made this instrument sing. We're talking about the notable guitarists who've not only contributed greatly to music, but have also influenced guitar playing styles and techniques. First up, let's talk about the one and only Jimi Hendrix. Known for his innovative use of distortion and feedback, Hendrix took the electric guitar to places no one could have imagined. His explosive performances, like his rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner at Woodstock, remain iconic. He wasn't just a guitarist. He was a trailblazer who forever changed the face of rock guitar. Now, from rock, let's swing over to blues and the legendary B.B. King. King's style, characterized by simple yet powerful licks, and his unique vibrato has influenced countless blues and rock guitarists. Songs like "The Thrill Is Gone" showcase his ability to convey deep emotion through his guitar, aptly named Lucille. Let's not forget about the world of jazz, where we find Django Reinhardt. Despite a fire accident that left two of his fingers partially paralyzed, Reinhardt developed a unique style of playing, using only his index and middle fingers. His technique and compositions have left an indelible mark on the world of jazz guitar. In the realm of country music, you can't overlook Chet Atkins. Known as Mr. Guitar, Atkins' finger-picking style, known as Travis picking, has become a staple of country guitar. His influence extends well beyond country music, impacting genres like rockabilly and jazz. Finally, in the world of classical guitar, there's Andres Segovia. He elevated the classical guitar to a concert instrument, transcribing works of great composers for the guitar, and influencing generations of classical guitarists to come. So these are just a few examples of guitarists who've left their mark on music. They've shown us that the guitar is not just an instrument, it's a canvas on which musicians paint their stories, emotions, and ideas. Each guitarist brings something unique to the table, shaping the guitar's history and paving the way for future players.
So, who's your favorite guitarist? And how have they influenced your love for this amazing instrument?
All right, let's now turn our attention to the evolution of guitar design and technology. It's fascinating how the guitar has transformed over time, not just in terms of its sound and playability, but also its look and feel. And we're not just talking about acoustic guitars. We'll be looking at electric and bass guitars too. The first thing to note about the guitar's design evolution is that it has always been driven by the pursuit of better sound. Early guitars, for example, had gut strings. These were later replaced by steel strings, offering a louder, brighter sound. The body of the guitar has seen significant changes too. Early guitars were small and delicate, but in the 19th century, Antonio de Torres increased the body size, giving the guitar a louder, more resonant sound. And then
There's the evolution of the guitar neck.
early guitars had wide, thick necks which were hard to play. Over time, guitar necks became thinner and narrower, making them more comfortable and playable. Now let's talk about the electric revolution. In the 1930s, guitarists began experimenting with electrification to increase the guitar's volume. This led to the birth of the electric guitar. The first commercially successful electric guitar was the Gibson ES-150, launched in 1936. But the real game changer was the solid body electric guitar, pioneered by Leo Fender and Les Paul in the 1950s. Unlike hollow body guitars, solid body guitars produce very little sound without amplification. This allows them to be played at higher volumes without feedback, making them ideal for rock and roll. Finally, let's not forget about the bass guitar, an instrument that holds down the rhythm section in most modern bands. The first electric bass guitar, the precision bass, was introduced by Leo Fender in 1951. It was designed to be easier to play and more portable than the traditional double bass, revolutionizing the role of the bassist in a band. So, you see, the guitar, as we know it today, is the result of centuries of innovation and refinement. From its strings to its body, from acoustic to electric, every aspect of the guitar has been tweaked and fine-tuned to create the versatile instrument we love and admire today. And who knows what the future holds? With technology advancing at breakneck speed, the evolution of the guitar is far from over.
Now, isn't that something worth strumming about?